guys, it's Melanie. Welcome back. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Yeah, so it's the end of January, which means it's time for empties, and I have my home fragrance empties for you today. If you're interested in beauty stuff, there will be a beauty empties video tomorrow. So come see what lotions and potions I worked my way through. But today we are discussing all of the candles and wax melts that I used during the month of January. January is a tough month for me, home fragrance wise, because I am someone who does not continue on with the holiday scents, at least what I would consider holiday scents in my eyes. So, you know, things like marshmallow fireside, any of like my tree scented candles, while all of those things I do think are kind of in a way appropriate during the month of January because they're warm, they're cozy, they're woody, you know, they just scents that scream winter. For me, the after holidays time is always such a bummer. I just get so sad when all the Christmas stuff gets put away. And so I have to cut myself off from burning that stuff because it just, that scent connection to the holidays with those specific fragrances for me is so strong that it just kind of bums me out when I smell like an amazing orange pomander scent in January or an amazing tree scent in January. It just, I get bummed. So, but it's also a time where I'm just like, I don't actually know what to burn. So it just tends to be a hodgepodge. So this is kind of an interesting home fragrance empties because there's things from after the holidays and then there is a whole pile of Melanie had no clue what to reach for. So she was just literally pulling things out. Let's get into it. In the description box right below, I will put links to where to buy everything. If you have questions about what candle crocks are, there's information down there. So yeah, check out the description box is the moral of the story. Always a plethora of information. Let's go. Okay, you're gonna see a lot of these little cardboard boxes here. These are from Candleberry. This is the year that I have committed to branching out from my usual go-to candle companies. Usual wax melt company as well. So as you guys know, I tend to favor Scentsy. I would like to try, I think I need to try some more of these, what do you call them? Like vendor wax companies. I started doing that last year and found a couple that I thought were nice, but you know, nothing that like super wowed me. And then I just kind of gave up on it, but I'm bringing that back this year. And I'm also adding in new candle companies. My usual go-tos, as you guys are aware, Kringle, Homeworx, Bath & Body Works, Scentsy. Those are all very safe companies for me to purchase from because I usually know what I'm getting, right? Like I'm very familiar with past scents. I'm very familiar with the formula, the wicks, all that stuff. So it's very safe for me to buy from those companies. And that's why you see mostly stuff from them. However, I do think there are a lot of other great candle companies out there that I need to try out. So if you have suggestions, definitely leave them down below. Do not suggest Goose Creek. I do not support Goose Creek as a company. And I have reviewed their products in the past, but there are just some concerns I had a few years ago about something they did to someone that I know. And for me, that just after that made them a hard pass for me, and they're not a company that I am going to be going back to at all. So if you do, I think that's totally fine. For me though, I think that just the ethics of what I saw in that situation seemed very questionable to me. So yeah, but any other company, please let me know. Yeah, so in January, I was trying out Candleberry. I was also trying out LAFCO. And then I just yesterday ordered some candles from Glass House, which I have seen just Shantae over on Instagram reviewing before. She seemed to have nice things to say. So yeah, I'm trying to really branch out and bring you guys some different companies, introduce you to something that maybe you haven't tried before, because I think a lot of you are like me and you tend to shop from the same company over and over again because you know what you're getting for the most part, right? For better, for worse, all candle companies have ups, downs, but if you've been with them for a long time, you just kind of generally know like the types of scents they put out and what you gravitate towards and what makes you happy, right? So anyway, Candleberry, let's get back to it. Sorry, I had to move my feet because this guy is taking a nap and my feet just fell asleep. Okay, Candleberry. Their wax melts are what I started out with. I did purchase one small candle from them, but I started out with a bunch of wax melts because I figured that would be a great way to try some different fragrances. So purchased mostly gourmand scents, a lot of nutty scents because I thought that might be kind of nice for January. And several of them I have really enjoyed. There's a couple where I'm just like, this is not for me, but for the most part, I'm having a great experience and I want to try more from Candleberry. So you will see more from them this year. But Vanilla Crumb Cake is absolutely delicious. It is my hands down favorite fragrance out of all the ones that I tried the first go around. And I feel like this is the one where like I want to order their giant cookie jar. And this is the scent that I feel like I could enjoy for between 400 to 800 hours of burn time. That's nuts, right? Like this is a massive jar of wax. I have had some people tell me that own this particular cookie jar that it's absolutely worth it, that the performance is wonderful. And so it's $159. It's a big commitment for a candle, not only financially, but also just in terms of like, I'm gonna be burning this for probably a year, if not more. I don't know how I would possibly get through this in any like short amount of time. So this is the type of scent that I love. It is kind of a basic vanilla. It's got some like cakiness to it. It has like that streusel topping type note, and it's just yummy. It's super basic, but it's the type of scent that I could see myself burning alongside a lot of my other gourmand scents, and I think it would play nicely with them. So I feel like if I'm gonna go for a candle of that size, it would make sense to get something that would pair well with other fragrances and something that I also really like. And that's it for me, you guys. I think that's the scent. It is really delicious. Nana's Christmas Cobbler. This one smells very similar to Kringle Holiday Cake from the Country Candle line. I reviewed that one over the holidays. If you like that scent, you will actually really like this wax melt as well. And obviously the fragrance, like you can buy this in a candle format too. So the wax melts from Candleberry are a paraffin type wax concoction. They're quite hard. They do work okay in my Scentsy 25 watt warmers, but they take a while to cool out. And then they typically only last about a day. A couple of them I've gotten 2 days out of, but for the most part, it's kind of like vendor wax where the scent fades quite quickly. It's okay, but I would prefer that it lasts the way that my Scentsy does. And these do not. Buttercream Snickerdoodle, don't get it. Maybe you won't have this reaction to it, but this smells like a cheesecake that went bad. The sour note in this is atrocious. It's like the buttercream in this Buttercream Snickerdoodle went south like months ago in the fridge, and they just decided to like smear it over a cookie anyway. It smells so rotten, you guys. I would not recommend this. But here's the thing, different noses pick up different fragrance notes, so you may not smell that sour note. Because for the longest time, I was not picking up the sour note in the Bath & Body Works Raspberry Peach Macaron, but I have a couple left in the mason jar size, and I can smell that sour note now. So yeah, that's a bummer. Your nose can change, it can absolutely change. So anyway, let's keep going. We have Bourbon Roasted Pecans. I did not enjoy this one. I don't think that I enjoy bourbon type scents or like whiskey, or you know how they have a lot of different fragrances that have like those types of like alcohol-y type notes. I don't think that I like that. It's not really my thing. Okay, is it? I think this might be the last one. What is this one? Oh, it's another Vanilla Crumb Cake. I do appreciate how easy it is to recycle this little cardboard box. I will say though, if you're thinking about ordering and you like to keep your wax melts like around for months or years on end, I'm not sure that these would keep quite that well, because they literally just like, there's like a little disc of wax that they pop. It's all like separated for you. It's very easy to like cut apart, but like there's no, it's not wrapped in any type of plastic. There's no like There's no seal that goes around this. Like, this is literally how it arrives to you. So I would say this is the type of wax melt that you would probably want to use within a few months of receiving your order from them. So there's that. All right, we have some Break Apart Drizzle Melts from Swan Creek Candle Company. And these are the cold brew coffee. If this is still available from them, you should try it. I've had this one for quite some time. This is a really nice, slightly bitter, but quite authentic coffee fragrance. I think they still have this one on their website. Definitely worth a try. Okay, Vanilla Cream from Scentsy from Bring Back My Bar. By the way, the Scentsy Bring Back My Bar has been extended into February. I believe it actually is supposed to go until the end of February. And that is just while supplies last. So I have a little bit more time to decide if I want to add anything else to my club. I'm still testing through a lot of these bars, so I appreciate them extending the time period. Honestly, I spent more time trying to focus on the Candleberry stuff than the Scentsy Bring Back My Bar, but I need to figure out what else I need to add into my club. By the way, that club video that I was telling you guys about, I did film that last night, and so that'll go up, I think, possibly on Wednesday if you're interested in it. Vanilla Cream from Bring Back My Bar was a total dud for me. I'm not terribly surprised. I'm a little disappointed because I was really hoping to be able to add this one into my club. But I think I like the performance of Vanilla Bean Buttercream better. This Vanilla Cream is like a slightly less sweet version of Vanilla Bean Buttercream to me. I don't know. I do think this smelled good, but I just couldn't smell it when I put it in my warmers. And I tried it in a few different locations. Just didn't do anything for me. So, by the way, I have all these wax melts up top. Normally I try to do wax melts last, but we're grabbing. Okay, I have a couple of morning cartoons from Kringle. The Kringle wax melts I don't think are super in their current format. They last a day. And I use 2 cubes. Now I also use them in my Scentsy warmers, but I have also tried these on like my higher wattage hot plate warmers, and they only last about a day there as well. So it's fine. I usually only buy these when they're on some kind of sale. I would not pay full price for these wax melts the way that they are now. So, oh, here's another morning cartoons here. The morning cartoons is nice. It just smells kind of like a generic gourmand, honestly. It smells more like a cake type scent than a cereal type scent. I don't get much in the way from like this implies Fruit Loops. It doesn't smell like Fruit Loops at all. It just kind of smells like a generic gourmand. So there's that. I have a Sicilian Orange from Kringle. Love this scent. It's delicious. It is a citrus with an herbal note. Sanctuary is lovely. This one smells exactly like a candle that Craig and I received for our wedding. So this one is kind of special to me. I hope this fragrance sticks around with Kringle. It is a little bit more of a perfumey type of scent. Almost like a unisex perfume, I feel like. Yeah. Definitely amber in here. A little bit of patchouli. Very warm, very cozy. Definitely a great January scent. So if you happen to see this on the website in wax melts or candle format, I think it's worth getting. I think it's yummy. Okay. I have a Nest Votive here in grapefruit. I like this. I might actually be interested in purchasing the 8-ounce size of the grapefruit scent. I don't think that I like this as much as the Sicilian Tangerine, however. I think I'm still a bigger fan of Sicilian Tangerine, but the grapefruit is lovely. I think that Laura does citrus quite well. This is the Sugar Cookie Soy Blend Candle from Ulta. I never ended up burning this over the holidays, so I just decided to crock it. So do you see how those wicks are here, here, and here? So this is why you never relight a candle that you take out of a crock, even though the wax does not dissipate. When you crock a candle, your wax is not going to evaporate into the air. That only happens when you're burning the candle. So for me, this is a great way to get fragrance out of scents that I'm just kind of over burning, or candles that tend to be sooty, things like that. This was just a scent that I was like, yeah, you know, like it's nice, but it was great for a week in the crock, but not super powerful. Oh, here we have an almond croissant from Sensei. This is in my club. I love this. It's not currently available, so I won't spend a ton of time on it. Berry pumpkin waffles. All right, I love berry pumpkin waffles from Homeworx. The original, I still have, I think, 1 or 2 somewhere in these drawers over here. The berry pumpkin waffles that came back, this one here does not have the same amount of oomph or strength, substantialness to the fragrance, if you will, than the original does, but I was glad to at least have it back. I think that Homeworx should go back to the original formula that they had for berry pumpkin waffles, because that was amazing. And this was a 2022 pour date, so yeah, 2022 was a rough year for Homeworx, you guys. I really hope that things improve for the company this year. They're still struggling with the website, which is so frustrating, because I feel like that would almost be like one of the easiest things to sort of figure out. But I think they are like, Homeworx does not do a lot of this stuff themselves. I think they hire a lot of these things out, and I don't know how a lot of these candle companies choose to operate when it comes to like the behind the scenes stuff, but I feel like Homeworx is definitely one that like just hires a company to do the website for them, and I think they just maybe are not the most meticulous about reviewing things and testing before launches, because sometimes the candles are not showing up at the right price point when you put them in your cart. Sometimes things still disappear out of your cart. That is something that I think Homeworx really needs to get together, because a lot of people have told me they're not buying from them because it's such a hassle, like trying to like even order something. So most people are going back to QVC, which I don't know. I haven't bought a whole lot from QVC Homeworx wise, because I just hate their like individual shipping fees. And I also think that they kind of hang on to inventory way too long before they decide to like reduce it. And I mean, at this point, like all of the like holiday stuff should be on like super clearance, and I'm just not seeing that. Like there's still fall stuff that is almost full price. I mean, you would think that they would want to like cycle through this stuff, but I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. I did buy this from QVC late last year. This is the Homeworx Sugar Plum Dreams, and this one burned great, you guys. This was fantastic, except it was a 3-wick, and I'm starting to see a lot more 3-wicks from Homeworx, and I do not want this to be the norm. I want the 4 wicks to be like the main offering. I think it's nice every once in a while if he puts out some of these, but I'm seeing way more of these than I would like to. I just really prefer that 4th wick and the larger opening, also the additional wax, and yeah. So anyway, Sugar Plum Dreams, this was a great scent. This wasn't a holiday scent for me at all. I could totally see burning the second one because it's QVC, so you get a set of 2. But I could totally see burning the second one of these. Maybe I'll like peel off the label or something. I could burn it like in the spring or the summer. It's just kind of a nice fruity scent. I've already done in-depth reviews on all of these, so if you want to see the in-depth reviews, just search like Homeworx Sugar Plum Dreams on my main page under the search option, and it'll pop up any of the reviews for you. Okay, this is Happy New Year. Really like this one a lot. Burned just fine. I will say I haven't had any major burn issues other than, you know, like low strength and throw. Haven't had issues with wicks per se. I really like this scent. This again was kind of fruity and fun. If I found this on sale or on clearance somewhere, I would absolutely buy more of it. And again, peel off the label and then just burn it during the spring and summer, because it was pretty decent performer. I liked it. Here we have a Kringles Snowbird. This has 0 scent left in it because the last little bit, not last little bit, the last more than half of it actually I put into a candle crock. So oftentimes when I'm done reviewing a candle that I'm not super like passionate about, it's easier for me to put it in a crock to kind of finish that candle up and to move on to a new candle to review. And that's what I do with a lot of these scents that I, you know, like that just aren't in my wheelhouse, but I like reviewing them for you guys. So Snowbird was one of the holiday scents. This one was okay. I can't even really smell what this used to smell like, and I cannot jog my memory, so you'll have to check out the individual review. But yeah, obviously not one that I was hoarding by any stretch of the imagination. Okay, here we have a peach gingerbread. I love this one. The only problem I had was there was just like this little bit of wax on this side over here that never really like melted down, but everything else was fine. It burned down to the wick clips and extinguished itself. There's just a little thin layer of wax that's left at the bottom. These were part of the QVC TSV in July. You know how QVC does their Christmas and July specials. And these were sent as PR. So I actually really like this one a lot. I ended up not ordering more because there was just a lot of stuff that I was buying at that point to test, and I just couldn't justify it. And as you guys are aware, I am trying really hard to put a dent into my Homeworx candle collection because that has kind of exploded over the last several years. And I'd like to use these first couple months of the new year to really burn through a lot of my like backup stash of Homeworx candles. So there's a goal. Do you have any candle goals for yourself? Here is another Kringle candle that I reviewed and then crocked. Also, this was, I think these were towards the beginning of January. These were candles that I literally did not get to in December. I can't smell much from this one either, so I can't even recall. I don't know. I reviewed so many candles that I can't remember. But if you're interested in the review of that one, you can definitely find that on my channel. Okay, this was pumpkin waffle cone from Country Candle. I don't love burning the Country candles because they're paraffin. I don't like paraffin wax. I know a lot of you still really love paraffin wax. I find that it gets dirty and messy really quickly for me. And I find that I don't get as good of like a strength and a throw from a paraffin wax as I do from a soy or a soy blend or like a coconut vegetable blend. It's just a very hard wax, and I just find that it doesn't perform super great for me. So this one I decided to go ahead. I was gonna review it in the fall, never did. So I just plopped it into one of my candle crocks. I cannot smell a thing. I think this smelled yummy. It basically was like a pumpkin touch of like, you know, like the seasonal autumnal spices of like some cinnamon and some nutmeg, but not super heavy on the spice. And then like a nice kind of generic like waffle note. It was great in the crock, but if it was a scent that like swung over to the soy line, I would probably definitely repurchase it, but I wouldn't repurchase it in the paraffin format. In fact, I'm trying to melt through what I have left of my paraffin candles from Country Candle just to kind of get those out of the system. If there are paraffin spring candles released, I plan on purchasing them, but in the smaller jar, like this jar size instead of the large jar, just to review for you guys. But just they're not my favorite to burn. They're really not. Okay, this was also in my candle crock. This was the Mrs. Meyer's Clean Day Orange Clove. Little guy. I had him in my bathroom for a few weeks over like, you know, the last part of Christmas. And then I was like, I just want to finish this up. So I put it in the crock, was in there for a few days, did fine. We have some Scentsy bricks here. Sorry, I just realized that time is flying by. Pink Poinsettia and Fluffy Fleece. These were both released, I think I don't think it was 2021. I really think it was possibly even 2020. Anyway, I loved both of these. This was kind of a like cashmere musk type scent. The Pink Poinsettia was actually quite fruity. I feel like there's some pomegranate in here, maybe some like plum. It just smelled quite fruity. So not a holiday scent for me at all. So I ended up using this in January. Same with this. Went through a lot of wax. I was changing my wax melts quite frequently just to like get through things. Oh look, we have another box. Honey Pecan Rum Cake Pecan. I know some of you are particular about how pecan or pecan is pronounced. Didn't love this one. Very heavy on like almost like a mapley type note. It smells more maple than honey in terms of like the sweetness that you're getting from it. Nice nuttiness from the pecans, but just overall, I don't know, it comes off as maple to me, and I do not like maple. I don't like maple. I know a lot of you love me. Just can't. Speaking of pecans, this is my favorite pecan. It's praline pecan from Homeworx, and I got so excited when this came back because I loved it. And then I didn't buy very much of it when it was first released, and then I was so bummed. Oh, I was so bummed. This is so delicious, you guys. Nutty, sweet, authentic, good performer. What year was this one poured? This was a 2021. Maybe that's why it was a slightly better performer. Okay, here we have another Homeworx in Let's Toast. Okay, so this one, this is another one of those 3 wicks. Stella wants to keep this particular jar because it's like that black hobnail. This is very much turning into Stella's style. We're going through the emo phase. She turns 11 this month, and Stella leans very emo, which, I don't know, I guess, was I emo? No, I wasn't, I don't know. I just felt like I was just like a kid, you know? Anyway, Stella has a very distinct style. She loves this jar, so we're gonna clean this out for her. As far as the scent goes, fruity, fun, great kind of effervescent scent to burn over the course of the new year. That being said, it's this 3-wick format, which I do not love. Now, if this was like a 4-wick style jar, it's not. Okay, apple butter waffles. I loved apple butter waffles from Homeworx. This one burned pretty well. I mean, par for the course, I guess. Love this one. Love this scent. A lot of you were finding this at like Target, Marshall's, Home Goods, all of the discount stores. I never found it in any of mine, unfortunately. Really love this scent. Would love for this to come back. It's a great fall and even holiday type scent. So I hope it stays in the catalog. I know a lot of people are not loving all of these repackages. I do love a good repackage, so I'm here for it, but yeah. Oh, I destroyed this one. Yeah, we won't talk about what happened here. I'm actually okay with this one. I burned this for, I think, 6 or 7 hours, and the wicks fell into the wax. Do you see those big mushroom tops? Yeah, that was my bad. I can't believe I did that. Happens every once in a while. I forget that a candle is burning, and then I walk up on it, and if it's a Homeworx, unfortunately, I'm like, oh, I destroyed it. Now this one, I don't love the smell of this one, so I'm sure a lot of you are like, oh, just put it underneath a lamp, you know, dig the wicks out, cut them, and just keep going. I'm not. I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of that. All right, we have Holiday from Nest. Always a delight. I love me some Nest Holiday. I will buy that every single year. Here's a dupe for Nest Holiday if you're looking for an alternative. This is Christmas number 25 from the Sweetwater Decor Company. Their website is sweetwaterdecor.com. I will, of course, link them down below. This was a housewarming gift from my friend Emily, who lives on our street here. We host a Christmas party every year, and we're really good friends with Emily and her husband Andy, and she's so sweet. Every time she comes over, she has like a little prize for me. She knows I'm candle obsessed, and she was like, I found this at a Christmas fair. It made me think of you. It smells like something else you have in your house. And I was like, oh my God, it does. It smells exactly like Nest Holiday. So anyway, I did really enjoy this, and I like the container. Like, it's kind of fun, right? Like, it's a little ceramic. So pretty. Anyway, if you're looking for an alternative, there you go. Ooh, 28 minutes. The camera's gonna cut me off. Hold, please. Okay, sorry. I know it's gonna like force me to like stitch clips together anyway, so I might as well just do it on my own. Okay, spiced eggnog from Scentsy, also in brick format. I'm telling you, I was almost changing my wax every day at certain points just to get through this stuff. And I really don't need to do that with Scentsy, but I just had a lot that I just kind of wanted to get out of the system. Fried ice cream from Bring Back My Bar. I didn't like this. This smells very cinnamony to me. Very heavy, like almost borderline red hot cinnamon. Would not. It's not that I wouldn't recommend it, because I know there are people that love this scent, but I don't love this type of cinnamon. It just rubs me the wrong way. Apple cider cake from Country Candle. I love this scent. I love it so much. I think this is so yummy. It's good. She's good. Sandalwood Tangerine from Scentsy. I really like this one. But spoiler, I did take it out of my club. I just have enough of it for the time being. And this is also a very like perfumey, woodsy, masculine type scent. This one has, it's kind of the same vein, I would say, as Sanctuary from Kringle. That being said, this was only available for like a short amount of time, and yeah, so you had to put it in your club fast. I did, and so I received several, but I'm kind of over it now, at least for the time being. Crumb Top. I love it. Oh, I love Crumb Top, you guys. This is so good. This is from the current Bring Back My Bar, so if you're in the market, try it. Sanctuary, apple cider cake. I don't even know what this is. What is this? This is an apple cider cake. It's another apple cider cake. There's a Sanctuary. Also, P.S. I have a lot of warmers in my house, you guys. Did I do like a regular warmer tour? I don't know that I have. I know I did a holiday warmer tour. Maybe I did. God, I can't remember. I'll look that up. Anyway, if I haven't done like a spring warmer tour, I'll do that. Because all my spring warmers are out already. Okay, another Sanctuary, a Wild for Fall, no longer available. Starburst Sky. Okay, so this is one of those Scentsy pod things. I only have one of the pod diffuser things or wall plugger inner things. And I put it by my back door. This is very fruity and yummy. I've had this going for quite some time. I think that these Scentsy pods last me about 2 weeks, which I think is a good amount of time. And I use both of them at once. Like you can just do one and then, you know, let that cycle through and then put in the other one. But I don't know, I just did them both and that was fine. I have a LAFCO sample that I got with my order, and this is in the Celery Thyme fragrance. Listen, I know that a celery and thyme candle fragrance doesn't sound appealing to a lot of people. Certainly did not sound appealing to me, but when I opened this, I was like, this is absolutely delightful. It's very different, very herbal, it's so weird. Like I can totally smell celery in here, and I can smell the thyme, and I also get cucumber. I smell some cucumber, like a really nice, refreshing cucumber. I kind of want that in a larger candle format, but I'm not sure that I'm willing to shell out $70 full price, especially based on the way that my hazelnut Torone is continuing to burn. It still wants to tunnel. Anyway, Christmas Time in the City, Vin Brûlée, and Nativity. All country candle scents that I just ended up getting in the daylight format because I wasn't sure if I would like the fragrances. Spoiler, super regret not getting Vin Brûlée. Might still, if any of this is left on the website, I would totally get more of it because that's so amazing. Christmas Time in the City, this was another one where I really love this fragrance. I wish I could have gotten more of this in the wax melts, but I believe the wax melts are all sold out. I want this fragrance to come back. This reminds me of something. It's hard for me to place, but like it smells super, super familiar. This kind of has a slightly similar scent to Snowberry by Scentsy, but they're not the same. It's so yummy. Like it's slightly fruity and sweet, but there's also, it smells candied at the same. This is so interesting. I really am intrigued by this one, and I want it to come back, but I want it to come back in the soy formula. And Nativity is one where I'm just like, nah, I don't know. Nativity didn't really rock my world. But you guys, that's it. The bucket is empty. So thanks for taking the time to watch. Let me know what you finished during the month of January in terms of home fragrance. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for sitting through this long ass video. Please subscribe if you're new. Give this video a thumbs up. Helps yield algorithm, which I guess I'm supposed to think about. But I don't. But Anyway, thumbs up anyway for thumbs up for positivity. All right, have a great rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow for the beauty empties. Take care. Toodaloo.